Hey guys, it's Miss Katie Jane from the Hoover Public Library, and I am so excited because the American Library Association has announced the 2021 Youth Media Awards, and so many of my favorites made the list. Now, I know they'll be your favorites too, so let me introduce you to the 2021 Caldecott and Newbery winners. The Caldecott Award is awarded annually to the artist of the most distinguished American picture book. This year, the award went to Michaela Goad for We Are Water Protectors, a picture book written by Carol Lindstrom. The watercolors pair so beautifully with this environmental call to action. It is inspired by the efforts of numerous indigenous communities to save our planet and its resources. 2021 marks the first year that a Native American has won the Caldecott. It is also the first year that a woman of color has received the award. There were also 4 honor books named this year. Let's take a look. A Place Inside of Me, a poem to heal the heart, was illustrated by Noah Denman and written by Zetta Elliott. It uses light and dark to contrast the emotions of a Black child who's dealing with this difficult world. It goes from hope and love and joy to sorrow, to anger. It has references to Black Lives Matter, cultural icons from Malcolm X to Beyonce. It is truly a timely book to be read by everyone in our current society. Because we all need a place to heal the heart. The Catman of Aleppo, illustrated by Yuko Shimizu, is a true story set in war-torn Aleppo. It is about a common man, an electrician who lived in that city named Muhammad Allah Al-Jalil, and his humanitarian efforts to save others. And he saved not people, but the cats left behind in the city. His efforts began in 2011 and now continue to this day in 2021, even though Muhammad has since passed on. The author of this book is my friend and Alabama author, Irene Latham. So this one is especially special to me. Me and Mama, both written and illustrated by Cosby A. Cabrera, is all about what wonderful things can happen on a rainy day when a girl spends time with her mother. The illustrator of this book is having a very good 2021. This book was also named a Coretta Scott King honor, and another book that she illustrated, Exquisite, The Life and Poetry of Gwendolyn Brooks, received an honor as well, both for Coretta Scott King and for the Seibert Medal. Way to go, Cosby. Outside In, illustrated by Cindy Derby, was the picture book we all needed this year when we were stuck indoors. And we really wanted to get out, and sometimes we could, but a lot of times we needed to find ways to bring the outside into our world. And even when we're finally able to go back to life as it was, this book will remind us to be mindful, to always bring the outside in. The Newbery Medal is awarded annually to the author of the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children. The 2021 winner is Tay Keller for When You Trap a Tiger. Lily and her family have moved in with her sick grandmother. And things are surprising. The most surprising being that a magical talking tiger shows up. Something straight out of her Halmani's Korean folktales. And it helps Lily unearth a family secret. This is magical realism at its best, and it does a great job of showing the power of stories in our lives. This book also won another award this year. It won the Asian Pacific Islander Award for Children. Congratulations, Tay. There were 5 Newbery Honor books this year. I can't remember the last time we had 5. Let's give them a look-see. All 13, The Incredible Cave Rescue of the Thai Boys Soccer Team by Christina Soontorvat, is the dramatic account of the 2018 rescue of 12 boys and their coach. It focuses on the teamwork that had to go on. Hundreds of people were involved. The diving teams, the drilling, mining teams, the medical teams, the people that were serving all of these teams food and making sure they had shelter, because this went on for days and days and days. The military that was brought in from multiple countries. Everyone only got out safely because everyone worked together. The author was actually in Thailand visiting family when this drama started to unfold, and that was the reason she got interested and decided to write the book. And it's done really well. Not only is it this Newbery Honor, but it was also an honor for the Seibert Medal for Most Distinguished Informational Book for Youth. Box, Henry Brown Mails Himself to Freedom by Carol Boston Weatherford tells the true story of a slave named Henry Brown, who was so desperate to escape and find freedom that he actually put himself into a box and mailed himself to freedom. His story is told in a very quick way using 51 poems, and it pairs really well with a book you may have already read in the past. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Henry's Box, another award-winning title. So if you've read that one, you'll definitely want to read this one to see how the two books compare. Fighting Words by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley is a survival story, but not like what you typically think of for survival. There's not people out in the wilderness. There's 2 girls in their own home, a home they have luckily escaped because they were being abused in that home. And now they're safe. That man can't hurt them anymore. But there's still a long road of healing ahead, a very long road. And there will be roadblocks and obstacles in the way, and not everything is smooth sailing. But also not everything is tragedy and trauma. There are moments of humor and light. The 2 girls just have to look for it. The author of this book also received a Newbery Honor in 2016 for The War That Saved My Life. So if you liked that one, make sure you give this one a try. We Dream of Space by Aaron and Trada Kelly takes place in the days leading up to the 1986 Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. It follows 3 siblings as they try to maneuver the difficult space of middle school and also the strange constellation of their family. The author of this book also won a Newbery Medal in 2018 for Hello Universe. So again, if you liked that one, you should definitely give this one a try. A Wish in the Dark by Christina Soontorvat is a story set in a fantasy world version of Thailand, Chatana. And in this world, light literally is what distinguishes the rich from the poor. And in the middle of this world of light versus dark, there are 2 kids. One is a boy born in prison, raised in prison. Even when his mother dies, he has to stay there to be punished for her crimes. The other one is the warden's daughter, who chases after the boy who had been there his whole life and finally escaped. And he thought once he escaped, everything would be great. And this girl, she thinks once she captures him, everything will be great. But these 2 kids realize that sometimes the life they expect to be good is like the life they already know. and that maybe the world that they thought they knew isn't quite what they thought. And what do they do with that information? Now, did you notice that I said the author's name was Christina Soontornvat? Did you notice that that's the same woman who wrote All 13? Christina is having such a great 2021. Congrats, Christina.